What happens when a Sigma male becomes completely untouchable, a man so self-contained that no force, no threat, no human friction can destabilize his equilibrium? When Sigma becomes untouchable, it's not a fleeting victory but a seismic shift in existence, a realm where chaos flows around him like when parting for a mountain. Picture a man unshackled from doubt, indifferent to society's scripts, untethered even from the ghost of his own vulnerabilities. What does it mean to wield power so absolute? Not the hollow bravado of dominance, but a gravitational presence that warps reality itself. This isn't about wealth, status, or performative control. It's about a mastery forged in the fires of introspection, discipline, and ruthless allegiance to one's code. Envision him navigating life's tempests, untouched by petty power struggles or the cacophony of others' demands. His energy doesn't clamor. It hums. People sense it. The tectonic stillness, the quiet storm in his gaze. Some orbit him, magnetized by an aura they can't decode. Others, threatened by his autonomy, may prod, provoke, or project. Yet he stands, a monolith, impervious, his resolve unyielding as bedrock. How does one ascend to this zenith, where criticism dissolves like ash in the wind, and every breath becomes a declaration of sovereignty? This isn't luck, nor destiny. It's a pilgrimage, a relentless climb through self-confrontation, sacrifice, and the obliteration of all that contradicts his essence. This Sigma doesn't endure the world. He eclipses it. His mind is a citadel, his choices precision strikes, his life a manifesto carved in stone. But what sparks this metamorphosis? A catalytic reckoning? A lifetime of silent rebellions? Or the final shedding of a world that trades conformity for crumbs? Consider the ramifications. A reality where approval is irrelevant, drama withers at his threshold, and even the shrillest dissent fades beneath the thunder of his silence. This isn't loneliness, it's emancipation. It's anchoring so deeply in purpose that others' turbulence can't breach your depths. Like the Stoics, he knows power lies not in events, but in dominion over his reactions, and his mastery is absolute. So, what's the catalyst? How does a Sigma male transcend into this rarefied stratum of inviolability, becoming less a participant in the game and more its architect? Stay. We're dissecting the blueprint, the psychology, rituals, and invisible alchemy that morph a Sigma into an unstoppable force. This isn't theory. At Sigma Male Community, we're engineering legacies. Your untouchable era starts now. 1. Unshakable Mindset. The Sigma male's mind is an iron citadel, standing tall against the storms of chaos that batter the ordinary. Pressure doesn't fracture him, it forges him. Where others see a wall of failure, he sees a sculptor's chisel, carving lessons into his psyche to emerge sharper and more resolute. This isn't mere stubbornness. It's a cultivated resilience, a mental toughness that psychologists define as a fusion of confidence and emotional mastery. Hardships don't sap his spirit. They ignite it, fueling a relentless drive to refine his purpose amidst the wreckage of a world desperate to break him. Critics hurl their arrows, but they clang uselessly against his armor of self-discipline. He knows their words often spill from minds too small to grasp his vision, so he sifts them with surgical precision, keeping the gold, discarding the dross. Independence is his blade, cutting through the noise of validation seekers who grovel for approval. Unshaken by doubt, unmoved by fear, he strides forward, propelled by standards he alone sets. In a universe that thrives on shattering the weak, the Sigma remains an unbreakable force, a testament to the power of an unyielding mind. 2. Eliminates dependency. Chains of dependency, emotional, financial, societal, shackle the masses, but the Sigma male shatters them with ruthless intent. He is a sovereign entity, his emotions a kingdom he rules with an iron fist, immune to the puppet strings of flattery or scorn. Validation? He doesn't chase it from the hollow echoes of peers or the fleeting likes of a screen. His confidence is a fire kindled within, burning bright and unassailable. Financially, he constructs his own empire, rejecting the soul-crushing grind of debt and servitude. Studies reveal self-employed trailblazers like him savor richer satisfaction, unshackled by the system's leash. Socially, his alone consolation, thriving in the vastness of solitude where others drown in the need for belonging. This isolation isn't weakness. It's a crucible, forging emotional intelligence and resilience that psychology praises as rare. Norms and trends are dust beneath his boots. He carves his own path, whether solo or flanked by a chosen few, match his stride. This liberation makes him a phantom to manipulation, a titan of self-sufficiency. While the world scrambles for crutches, the Sigma stands tall, a living monument to the power of needing no one. Free, builds and protects his financial fortress. Money isn't just currency to the Sigma male, it's a scepter of dominion. He doesn't grovel at the altar of a single paycheck, trapped in a cycle of desperation. He weaves a tapestry of wealth, investments, ventures, passive streams, that bow to his command. The elite know this secret. Studies show the richest wield at least 7 rivers of income, and the Sigma mirrors their playbook, ensuring no boss or bill can cage him. With a predator's patience, he shuns fleeting splurges for assets that multiply in the shadows, granting him the freedom to live by his own creed, not the whims of necessity. When panic grips the indebted, he watches from his throne, serene and untouchable. He doesn't chase wealth. He summons it through digital empires, marketplace, or skills turned to gold. Financial stress is a ghost that never haunts him. His fortress is a bulwark against the chaos of want. This isn't mere riches. It's sovereignty, a shield that lets him defy the world's demands with a calm, unblinking gaze. The Sigma's financial independence isn't a luxury. It's a bedrock of his untouchable reign. 4. Power silence. Silence is an absence for the Sigma male. It's a thunderclap held in reserve. He knows words are arrows, precious and lethal, squandered only by fools who babble to fill the void. While others spew noise to drown their insecurities, he wields quiet like a blade, cutting through the clamor with precision. Psychology whispers a truth he lives. Those who speak sparingly radiate intelligence and gravitas, their rare words landing like cannon fire. He sidesteps the quicksand of gossip and petty squabbles, his eyes sharp, ears attuned, mind a steel trap processing the battlefield before he strikes. His victories don't need a megaphone, they roar in the silence of deeds done well. This muted confidence is a beacon in the fog, drawing others to lean closer when he deigns to speak, knowing each syllable is forged with purpose. In a cacophony of attention-starved voices, his a still point, the eye of the storm, commanding reverence without a shout. His actions carve his legacy, not his boasts. The Sigma male's silence isn't retreat. It's the quiet before the avalanche, a force that reshapes the world without ever raising its voice. 5. Controls his environment. The Sigma male's world is a fortress, not a free-for-all bazaar. With boundaries forged in steel and self-respect as his banner, he bans chaos from his domain. No drama, no leeches, no poison allowed past the gates. His circle isn't a crowd. It's a brotherhood of the worthy, handpicked for their value, their drive, their authenticity. Whiners, manipulators, and gloommongers hit a wall of ice. Psychology warns negativity spreads like wildfire, scorching peace and clarity. So he snuffs it out with a flick of his will. One strike. They're gone. No pleas, no apologies, just silence and a locked door. He curates his orbit like a master sculptor, chiseling away the excess to reveal a sanctuary of ambition and growth. Research decrees we mirror the 5 souls we linger with most, so he chooses titans, not tethers, ensuring his future reflects his vision. This ruthless pruning isn't cruelty. It's survival, a shield against the entropy that drags others down. His time, his mind, his energy are sacred, too precious for the petty. The Sigma doesn't bend to the world's mess. He molds it, crafting a realm where only progress reigns supreme. You, sitting there, eyes locked on the screen through the Sigma male community channel, whether you're a Sigma carved from the wild or just a seeker peering into the abyss, grasp this now. Untouchability isn't about vanishing into the ether. It's about wielding an edge so sharp, so unseen, that the world scrambles to catch up while you're already gone. The Sigma doesn't stumble through life. He dances through it, every step a calculated strike. As we plunge deeper, know that what follows isn't just philosophy. It's a blueprint for rising above the fray. You're not here to blend in. You're here to redefine the game. 6. Becomes a ghost in the system. The Sigma male drifts through existence like a wraith, elusive, untamed, a shadow that bends a light without breaking it. Silence is his cloak, discretion his dagger. He doesn't trumpet his moves to a world itching to meddle. Alphas bellow for applause, betas grovel for nods, but he thrives in the enigma, knowing exposure breeds chains. Plans shouted to the wind draw vultures, envious foes or meddling allies, so he keeps them close, striking before the dust settles. The Zagornik effect hums in his favor. Half-seen triumphs gnaw at the curious, leaving them haunted by his quiet ascent. When they finally glimpse his shadow, he's already miles ahead. His victory's a fait accompli. This isn't hiding. It's chess, each move veiled until the checkmate lands. In an age of oversharing, his restraint is rebellion, a middle finger to the spotlight's glare. He doesn't crave the stage. He owns the dark corners where power festers unchecked. The Sigma male isn't invisible. He's a specter, untouchable because no one can pin him down long enough to try. 7. Emotional detachment. Emotions don't rule the Sigma male. They kneel before him, tamed and tethered. He doesn't bury his feelings in a grave of ice. He wields them like a maestro, striking only when the note fits the symphony. Provocation meets a wall of calm, not a flinch, not a flicker, because he knows impulse is a thief of power. This isn't apathy. It's wisdom, a stoic echo of Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, who saw unbridled passion as a leash for fools to yank. Energy is his currency, and he spends it on battles worth winning, not tantrums that fade with the dawn. Obstacles don't shatter him. They sculpt him, each blow a stroke that hones his edge. Like elite soldiers or Moguls plotting empires, he doesn't flail. He strategizes, turning chaos into clay. This mastery makes him a riddle, a fortress of intent that defies prediction. While others drown in their own tempests, he sails above, picking his wolves with a sniper's eye. The Sigma's detachment isn't a mask. It's a crown, rendering him untouchable in a world that begs to be felt too deeply. 8. Makes fear his ally. Fear stalks every soul, but the Sigma male doesn't flee. He beckons it closer, a sparring partner in his private arena. It's not a shackle. It's a spark, igniting growth where others see only darkness. Science maps its path. The amygdala flays, urging flight, but he flips the script, his rational mind dissecting the beast until it bows. Nikola Tesla stared down opposition with the same audacity, thriving where comfort crumbled. For the Sigma, fear signals not retreat but revelation, a chance to conquer and rise anew. Each tussle with terror tempers him, forging a spirit that bends but never breaks. He feels a chill like any man, yet he strides through it, emerging with scars that whisper strength. The herd cowers, letting fear pen them in. He rides it like a wave, mastering its tide. This alchemy isn't bravado. It's evolution, a pact with a primal that elevates him beyond the timid. The Sigma doesn't banish fear. He harnesses it, an untouchable phoenix born from its flames. 9. Doesn't seek revenge. Levels up. Revenge is a siren's call, luring the weak to crash on its rocks. But the Sigma male sails past, eyes on the horizon. He doesn't waste breath on vendettas. He pours that fire into climbing higher, leaving the petty to choke on their own bile. Reaction is a shackle. Proaction is wings. He knows triumph trumps spite every time. Psychology lays it bare. Grudges erode health, while growth builds empires. Betrayal stings, but he turns it into a scalpel, carving out the weak links and forging a tighter steel within. He doesn't claw back. He soars forward, stacking victories that scream louder than any curse. Legends like Bruce Lee and Tesla didn't simmer in resentment. They ascended, their brilliance a silent blade to their foes. "You lost me," his success whispers, a requiem for the doubters left gaping below. The Sigma thrives so fiercely that his rise becomes their reckoning, a lesson in power without a single blow struck. Revenge is a child's game. Leveling up is a Sigma's art, painting his untouchability in strokes of unrelenting ascent. 10. Operates with a code of honor. The Sigma male isn't a drifter in a lawless void. He's a knight clad in a creed of his own making. Trends sway the spineless, peer pressure bends the frail, but he stands as a monolith, his principles etched in granite. This isn't blind defiance. It's a compass, guiding him through a wasteland of compromise with a clarity most can't fathom. Samurai live by Bushido, Tesla by vision, both untouchable not for might, but for the codes that anchored them. The Sigma bows to no one but his own truth, even if it strands him alone on a peak others fear to climb. Discipline is his gospel, freedom its reward. He rises before dawn, hones his craft, tempers his soul, not for claps but for mastery. Honesty trumps deceit, grit outshines ease. He's a lighthouse in a fog of shortcuts. While the world trades integrity for scraps, he builds a legacy on rock, unshaken by the tides. This code isn't a chain. It's his spine, the root of his untouchable aura. The Sigma doesn't just differ. He transcends, a living testament to a life ruled by honor over herd. You just witness what it means to become untouchable as a Sigma male, a journey not of isolation, but of liberation. This isn't about shutting out the world. It's about rising above it, mastering your mind, your actions, and your destiny. The power you've seen isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet, unshakable, and deeply rooted in self-awareness. Now, the question is, are you ready to walk this path? To become the kind of man who doesn't just survive the chaos but transcends it? Take a moment to reflect. Where in your life are you still letting the noise in? What's holding you back from becoming truly untouchable? The steps we've laid out aren't just theory. They're a blueprint for transformation. Start small, but start now. And if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and drop a comment below. What's the first step you're taking toward your own untouchable reality? Remember, the journey to self-mastery begins with a single, deliberate choice. Make yours today.